Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry about the lighting, not the best. I'm in my car, just closed up the gym. I put a video or a comment on Facebook page asking you what questions you want me to answer. The most common one was the British Army fitness tests. All the new ones, they've just changed a couple of the standards, and the biggest question was what's the new fitness tests and how to train for them. So I just had a look on the website, and the only 3 changes it looks like I can find is the run, a med ball toss, and also an isometric hold. So pretty much a deadlift hold, or you're going to pull against a bar and you're going to hold that as long as you can, holding a certain amount of pressure. So the run used to be 1.5 miles, now it's cut down to 1.2 miles, so it's 2k. So nice and easy, makes it super simple and much easier to pass for you guys. So you do an 800 meter run as a warm-up. So you do an 800 meter run as a warm-up, you'll come in and then you'll run your 2k best effort pretty much. So yeah, like I said, nice simple one, 2k. Anyone can run 2k, especially in the time they ask. You can pretty much walk it in the time they want. So to train for this, best way, because it's such a short distance, you can pretty much do hill sprints and interval training to get the best out of this distance. Any further, then you may have to look at doing longer runs or endurance training to build that aerobic capacity. But it's not long enough where you go into that aerobic capacity and that aerobic system starts firing. You're more looking into this anaerobic system to get on this 2k run out of you. So like I said, hill sprints, best way is do a hill sprint, jog it back down, or maybe start walking down, sprint back up, and over time, as that starts getting easier, sprint up, jog down, sprint up. And again, start 6 intervals, go to 8, then 10, then 12, drop back down, increase the distance. There's different ways on how you can train the hill sprints. So like I said, you can go the number of sets, the distance you're running, and the speed. So instead of walking down, you can then start jogging down, so you're resting less. This is going to build the muscular endurance in your legs and also speed work. So your legs are going to be able to run faster, pretty much longer, because you're going to have that endurance and that muscular strength in your legs to cope with that speed. Hill sprints are the best way to get fit. You only have to do a couple, like 6 or 8, and it will have the same benefit as if you ran 3 miles if you do it correctly and you give it every sprint. You got to give it 110%. If you do that, then you'll reap the benefits. You'll get super fit. It's the way I trained in the Marines when we did our 3 miler. So we do a 1.5 miles out, rest a minute, 1.5 miles back. So yeah, for this, if we failed it, we would just do 2 weeks of hill sprints, retest it, and we pretty much pass in 2 weeks time, or the week later, by just doing hill sprints 2-3 times a week in our training. So yeah, that's nice and simple. Hill sprints. Next one then is just find a field. Soft ground is a lot easier. It's better on the joints, the knees, the hips, the ankles. And then again, just do sprints. So you can find yourself, if you've got a football pitch, 200 meter sprints. So you do 3 sprints. So 200 meters there, rest a minute, 200 meters back, rest a minute, 200 meters out, rest 5 minutes, do that 3 times. And then each week you can just increase a set. So you start with 9 sprints, so you're doing 3 sets, rest 5 minutes, 3 sets, rest 5 minutes, 3 sets. So you're doing 9 total. The week after, you can then do 12. And then you're going to drop back down to 6, increase to 400 meters. And maybe increase the rest. So instead of doing a minute between each 200, you then do 90 seconds. This is just another way of doing that. You can also find a 2K route. So if you've got a 2K route or 2 miles, you can just use lampposts. So what I used to do is jog to a lamppost, sprint to the next one, jog a lamppost, sprint to the next one, and just do that for a mile. So I'd do like a mile as a warm-up, a mile of intervals, a mile cool down. So again, just 3 miles. The middle miles are toughest, the other 2 just a warm-up, just getting into it as we go along. So there are 3 different ways on how you can improve that 2K time. So with the intervals, so 200, 400, 600, 800, and then 1Ks, that's easy. You then already have got that, so you can do that in 6 weeks. So you do, trying to think it now off the top of my head, I just ran this cycle a couple of months ago. So you do 2 weeks of 200s, 2 week 400s, 2 week 600s, 2 week 800s, and then you do 2 weeks of 1K intervals. So if that's something you're interested in, then look at my the mile and a half ebook. So it's how to improve your mile and a half run time. That's exactly the same program as I just explained, but it'll have the same benefit for your 2K. If it's going to improve your mile and a half time, guess what? You're going to run that 1.2 mile even faster because it's that shorter distance. So 1.2, train for a mile and a half, it's a bonus. With the med ball toss, nice and simple one to train. You can just do push-ups, close grip bench press, clapping push-ups, and also do med ball throws in your training. So we're looking at an explosive movement just generated from this triceps, the chest, and the shoulders. So they'll have you sit against the wall, legs straight, hold a med ball at your chest, and then you're going to throw that as far as possible. I think the distance is 2 meters, 2.3 meters, something like that. And then special units, they want 3 meters. So like I said, start with just explosive push-ups. So maybe go negative and then fast up. Just do 3 sets max effort. If you got push-ups easily, then just start looking at clapping push-ups. So doing max effort clap push-ups. Just be careful you don't land on your face and you miss that clap. If not, you can just do parametrics. So have boxes on either side of your hands. You can do a push-up, land on top of the box, and back down. Again, that's going to build that explosive strength in the triceps and the chest. And then for the strength, you can just go close grip bench press. When I say close grip bench press, it just means your hands are shoulder width apart. So exactly the same as if you were doing a push-up. If you're doing a push-up, your hands are going to be the same position on that bench. And again, this is going to allow you to go a little bit heavier. So you're going to build that strength in the triceps and lat on the chest, which will carry over to the push-ups. Again, you want to mix it up between strength and muscular endurance. So if you're doing chest twice a week, one can be strength, so maybe 2 to 5 reps at a heavy load. And then the other side of that, maybe do 10 sets of 10 or 6 sets of 12 to 15 at a lighter weight, just so you can get the reps in. And again, those reps want to be fast. So I'll go slow down, 4 to 6 seconds negative to the chest, and then fast up as fast as possible. Again, then we're working that explosive power in those chest, shoulders, and triceps that will carry over to that med ball toss. And again, med ball toss, just add it into your session. It's a great warm-up. I do it as a warm-up for my sessions. So if I got some kind of pressing or explosive power, I'll do med ball tosses to the front, med ball tosses overhead, so I'm working at hip explosive explosion, and also side tosses. So holding a med ball out in front, throwing it to the side like I would if I was throwing a rugby ball. That's going to build that core strength overall and support that spine, so you stay nice and healthy. And then the last one then is the deadlift hold. So the only way you can train this is glute hamstring development and lower back. So deadlifts, it's pretty much a deadlift. The bar's going to be set to mid-thigh, and then you're going to pull on that bar as much as possible for a certain time, and they're looking for you to hold a certain PSI, so a certain pressure on that bar for a certain amount of time. So the best way to do that is deadlifts. So you can do deadlifts if you have blocks in the gym, then set up the blocks or the rack so the barbell is mid-thigh, and then you can just load that bar and just practice pulling on that bar as much as possible. If you have got the rack, you can do isometric holds. So if you've got the power racks where you have the safety bars, you can load them onto the rack, put the barbell underneath, and you can pull against the safety bars, and that is going to create the same stimulus as it would as a test. And then to build on that, you can do hip thrusts, glute bridges, just looking to create a strong glute, strong hamstrings, which is going to create that power to pull on that bar. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully that helped, and this covered the 3 new tests, or the 3 new tests I've seen on the website anyway, and then also methods on how you can improve these tests and start building on that. If you do have any more questions, please comment below, and then if it's something I can help with, I'll put a program out for you guys, or I'll just drop a comment just to quickly answer your questions. If I'm getting the same questions all the way, I'll just do exactly the same as this, just create a video for you guys so you can come back, watch it, and then just answer the questions from there. Again, thanks for watching. Please hit that like button, show your support, it means a lot. And also, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe and help this channel grow. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.